Morning, guys. We are headed northwest today into Nebraska. I think we'll be right on the edge of the Nebraska Sandhills, if not in the Nebraska Sandhills. I'm not entirely sure. Headed up to a ranch this morning to pick up, well, we're going to pick up one tractor and work on two more. If you remember back in April, I think I posted a video with a 1468 with a 6-cylinder in it, a 1066 black stripe, another 1466 with a truck front end underneath it. Well, that's what we're after today. Finally got my poop in enough of a group that we have time and funds to go make this deal happen. So we're running this stuff down today. I think these are somewhere near Juanita or Palisade, Nebraska. I can't remember which is which. It's somewhere up there. I know where I'm going. I don't need Google Earth now, but that's where we're headed. But I've got a lot of buckets of hydraulic oil, engine oil, antifreeze, bunch of batteries changed, trailer with winch, you know, tools, the whole gambit of stuff. But today, first things first, I think we're going to try to fire up the 1468, get it so it steers, might have to bleed the hydraulic MCV pump, stuff like that, and get it on the trailer. Then try to get the 1066 black stripe and 1466 started and running as well. That way we can come back soon and grab those two tractors. But with that, we're just going to sit here and hammer down after I mention one more thing. My wife and I are headed to Half Century of Progress for the 1206 reunion at the end of the month. If you need any parts brought along for your IH tractors from like 706, 806 up to 86 series stuff, I have quite a few of those tractors and parts. I've already sold quite a few parts to go along to Half Century of Progress, but would gladly bring more. Helps pay the bills, helps fund diesel and other projects. So if you guys are in need of parts and want to save on shipping, get a hold of me. But for now, I'm going to keep running. Guys, we made it out here. Work on this 1468, see if we can get her fired up. I mean, honestly, air up tires first. We'll get a battery put in it, and then I know the motor's loose. We'll see if we can get it cranking, see if we get primed to the injection pump, and just hopefully be able to get it to fire up, steer, number one, and then up on the trailer. And then from there we're going to jump over, work on the 1066 black stripe and 1466 that are over there, and see where we end up. If I get tired, we give up, we go home. That's it. Well, that's hopefully airing out tires, which looks like we have a leak on the front tire, so we might already have a struggle happening today. We'll check. Antifreeze, maybe. See what we got down in there. Don't see anything currently. We can add some. I brought antifreeze along. Engine oil, we're good and full on. We'll have to check hydraulic oil here in a minute. Let's put this chuck back on. Looks like I might be screwed on this front tire. That's okay. If it's junk, it's junk. We can still load on a flat tire. Let's check hydraulic oil. Looks like we're at least a few gallons low sitting here, so we'll have to add some there too. But that front tire is not going to take care of it. At least I have two other tractors if I need to go rob a tire off of. We can maybe today. Might not be a bad idea. All right, rear tire is up. It took air, but I can hear it leaking out of some cracks in the sidewall. Who's surprised there? Just part of it. But we're gonna walk over here, see if the injector pump is primed still in any way, shape, or form. Yep, we still got good red diesel there. And you can hear it returning in the tank. So yeah, we'll crawl up. I guess there's a bottle jack underneath this front tire up here too. That's cool. Doesn't mean it's gonna help me today. I'm gonna crawl up in here, see if it will crank. If not, we start jumping across the starter and whatnot. Okay, something there clicked. We're in neutral. Clutch down. Darn that. Let's just stop. It's close. You heard it hop a couple times. Let's just prime the pump a little bit more. Oh, clutch pedal switch on this thing still works. Okay, ether, maybe. Alright, since it's not really wanting to pop off here, get my pickup hooked to it, charging the battery for now. I'm gonna come up under here and crack as many injector lines as I can get to, which is probably like 3 or 4. See if I can get those to bleed some fuel out. And then we'll try again on starting it. Alright, crawl back in here. I got 4 lines cracked. As I like to get hit too nicely. Shows half a tank of fuel and oil pressure. Alright, that's probably enough cranking for a minute. We'll check, see if we, oh yeah, we got diesel now. Should hopefully start now. So we'll go through and tighten up before I loosened, and hopefully now it'll start. Okay, lines are all shut. Let's crank again. Everybody cross your fingers at it. Fire's up this time. It's running. 3-point came up. Good. We do not have any steering or brakes currently, which means I need to cut this thing off, pull the plug off the back of the MCV pump, and see if I can get it bled out. But first, I'm just going to try to back up a little. Oh, I have steering now. Maybe. I have a little steering. bumper hitches are still hooked up. Looks like I got a low right front tire, so we're going to quit there for a second, try to air that tire, and then back up some more. But it is running. I should probably jump some antifreeze in it real quick here too before I get carried away. Okay, I got air in that front tire, and I put probably a gallon and a half of antifreeze in it. So let's back up so we can look at this thing, not down in the weeds. Oil pressure, 10 gauge is up there, fuel tank reads half. The tack working? Yep, tack works, so that's cool. Not worried about lights. Just idle it up just a little. Okay, it's up, it's out. Yeah, that's pretty solid, really. Who's complaining? It runs. I need to now measure across the back end of this thing, see how wide we are. Because if it'll fit between my fenders, I'd rather just drive it straight on. But if it won't fit between the fenders, then we'll have to back it on, which not so much fun, but can be done. And I should really go look and check out if I have a good tire on one of those two over there that we can swap on, so it'll make this a lot easier. But obviously this thing's running okay. Okay, 1468's on, chain down, mighty changing boomers again, coming in clutch. It's a little squeezy between my fenders, but I'd rather haul a tractor, heavy tractor like this, drove on than back on. Could have been a little bit to the right, but we're still squeezed a little. Need to shut that door up there, and this tractor's ready to roll. I should unhook the battery on it, but it's gonna stay for now. But she's on. Not too exciting. I like it that way. We'll come back now, work on these two. 1466 here with a truck front axle underneath it. It's in the marijuana somewhere. And then that one's a 1066 black stripe. So doing good. All right, now we're back for tractor number 2 and 3. This one's a 1066 black stripe. I think it's a 76 year model. It's like 100 from the end of 66 series production, so has a lot of 86 series stuff on it. Obviously has a dual high lift 3650 loader in here. I'm just trying to bend over some of this marijuana so we can see the tractor. I know it's in here. I think this one has moved the most recently, so we might try to start it last. But serial numbers back in right there for you. It's the 76. We'll have a chunk of battery in here in a minute. We're gonna get some of these weeds out of the way so we can see this tractor, and we'll look at that one too, and then try to start them both. All right, we got tires airing up now, so we'll walk around a little bit more. 1466 think this one's a late 71, maybe. 9059 serial number. Got a John Deere style fuel filter conversion. That pump was obviously put on 5 of 03. I think this one sat since 2012, 2014-ish, so 10 to 13 years. Same story here, dual PTO, dual remotes, 3-point. This one's on 18.438. The 1468 was on 20.8 38, which is nice. No duals or hubs or anything like that around here. The black stripes, kind of the same story here, 18.438s. And then yeah, it has the 86 series style lifting links on the back. 2 remotes, looks like, dual PTO. Yeah, it has a lot of the later black stripe variations, has 86 series style cast centers, and I'm sure there's more once we get it out of here. But we're just going to try to start these two and kind of move them, and then we'll come back for them hopefully soon. Now, I got the other tire airing up. I threw a battery in it and heard relays click on. So we're good gaining there at least. Take this off. See what we got for fuel here. Red diesel. Give it about 20 pumps there, and I think I'll just go and crack injector lines here from the start on this one, because I got a minute while we're putting air in tires, and then we'll try to start it up. I think the motor's loose on this one. Can't remember if I checked. I'm pretty sure I did though. Okay, well that tire's still taking air, but we're gonna try to crank this thing and see if we got fuel. So we'll crawl up in here. Early 66. Has the rainbow tax still. 8,900 hours. So we gotta put, ooh, we were in high gear there. That would have been ugly. Makes you wonder if the park brake works. But we're gonna crank it here, and hopefully it uh-oh. Might be down a starter here. Yeah, we're down a starter. So, mess with the solenoid, I guess, is what we're gonna do next. That tire is still slowly taking air. Got a little tire calcium. Okay, I was able to jump across the solenoid there, and I see I have diesel on the 4 I cracked open. So we're gonna close those suckers up. I'll set up another camera here, and we'll see if this thing will fire up now. All right, let's see if it cranks now. Try to do it from in the cab first. Okay, it's alive and running. I have steering. I've got coolant and oil. I checked that as well. Yeah, let's see if we can move this tractor around a little bit, and then we can walk around and look at it. And then we'll work on starting up the last.
piece of the puzzle here. But that's a win that this thing is running now. Don't see any major leaks anywhere. Who knows if the park brake works? I kind of like the truck front end. I know everybody else is going to hate it, but sometimes those modifications like that are really cool. Got good oil pressure. I don't know if we're charging or not. That's of low concern. Shift's pretty good, really. PA. Seems like it works. Just pull up here. Stop. Second. Oh, look at it. Doesn't work right quick. No. We have no park brake. That's alright. Yeah, the cab's pretty roached out, but that's a minor problem. Okay, running. Number 2 of the day. I do have, he has a bunch of grill screens here for these things, so I'm not sure it's those. I don't think. Yeah, that's a pretty cool looking rig. Truck front axle. I got other good Bud wheels at home. Those tires on there are pretty junk, but I got 2011 or 22.5 Bud wheels at home for Dazzler Transtar. So, valves are a little ticky, but I mean, I've heard a lot worse. It might just need adjustment. It runs and it moves. And that in itself is a success. The 3-point came up. Does the PTO work? No PTO currently. Yeah, 3-point sort of working, so that's good. No PTO. It happens. Oh, that is cool. I don't see diff lock or anything fun like that on this, so we'll pull this thing back over, shut it off, and go to starting the black stripe, I'd say. Pretty good. Alright, last piece of the puzzle here. 1066 black stripe. I know this one's run the most recently, like within 5 or 6 months. So just gonna crawl in this one. See, I got a wasp flying around. That's nice. My battery ground is a little special. Ooh, a couple wasps in there. Nice, lovely. We'll get the ether out, hit those, and then we'll just crank on this thing and see what happens. There's a lot of wasps inside that tractor cab. It's running too. Go figure. We'll try to back it up a little bit. Avoid the lock. Okay, so we blew a steering line, no big deal. But can't get the loader to go up. And it's fun doing a remote on the back. I'm also low on hydraulic oil. So we're gonna dump some oil in it when we come back. But we heard it run today. That's enough. It ran, it moved. Need a steering line. I'll take that off, get one. And yeah, other than that, success, I would say. Big wins. Good shit. Alright, I dumped in 10 gallons of hydraulic oil actually, and it's still not quite full. So that would explain why the loader wasn't wanting to come up, but I'm going to crank this thing again, and hopefully now the loader will come up. We're going to try to refrain from steering since I know we have a blown line over there. Just reach in here and trying not to steer the tractor because I have a blown steering line. Left the puddle there. Did get 10 gallons of oil in it, and finally got the hydraulic pump primed on the tractor so I can lift the loader. And there you have it. 76 1066 black stripe. Looks like I have water coming out of the loader frame. That's not really a shot. Seems to run okay. Honestly, probably sell this thing as is if somebody's interested in it. 1066 black stripes, a desirable tractor for a lot of folks. There she is. 3-point did go up and down. I haven't really messed with the PTO as of yet. Nothing currently, but I don't know. Might still be low on oil. But it started, it moves. We'll pull it back ahead and park it. And go home with 1468. All right, hook back on, chained on. We're gonna get the heck out of here. Yeehaw. It's a like 2-hour drive home. We got some hills along the way, so maybe a little slower than that this time. Well, we're home. No big deal. Hauled easy. We just trucked her home. I slapped one of the grills in it. He had grills for every tractor. Most of the screens are kind of torn up. I'll grab one off one of my parts tractors. Have a couple to choose from, thankfully. But overall, really, MCV pump seems a little weak for steering to take prime. And yeah, I need to mess with that. Other things I noticed, it is a hydraulic clutch assist tractor, which is quite nice. No TA lever, so maybe deleted. I don't know. We'll have to look into that. Hydraulic seat I see with aftermarket. It's like a Lincoln seat maybe. Gauges in here seem to be working. That 10 gauge over there started coming up a little while ago. Charging half a tank of fuel. That filter gauge isn't working. Need to clean the tachometer. See if we can make that work. 20.838s on the back that are old. I don't know. I got a couple options on tires and wheels around here, so we can do about anything. It would be nice to say on 20.8s, but the duals are hard to find. Don't know if the PTO works. The linkage just kind of froze up currently, so we'll have to mess with that. We've got this remote is unhooked. We've got these set up in there. We can rob some parts off salvage. 3-point went up and down. This tire is the concerning one. I have good spare front tires, we'll get one on the other side on the front, or we'll just find two matching red. I don't plan on taking the motor out of this. It really makes me no difference. I have an open station platform for a Wheatland 66 series. I thought it was a row crop platform. Somehow my dumbass found a Wheatland 66 series platform. So we're gonna rip the cab off this thing and we'll put that platform on it. I might put just flat top fenders on it for now until I find round fenders. But at least then I can make this kind of a usable tractor is what my plan is, more or less. I'm not planning on selling the 1468. We'll keep it around here. It's kind of a conversation piece overall, and just cool to have another 1468 on the farm. That one over there is still on the trailer. It's going to Illinois sometime, I think. But overall, not bad. Kind of going to be a work in progress here. Rip the cab off, set it up as an open station tractor, and use it. What the hell? But the Black Stripe 10 and the 1466 with the truck front underneath it, those will both be for sale at some point in time. Once I get them home. Hopefully we get them home fairly soon. I have a friend that has volunteered to bring everything home, and then, you know, we can get the other two listed for sale. But overall, I think that's it here. Please remember that I'm going to Half Century of Progress. If you're there at Half Century of Progress and see me, don't be afraid to stop me and talk. I got all the time in the world. It's just 3 days of me messing around, pretty much. But if you're needing parts brought along for any of your IH tractors, get in touch with me. I'd be more than happy to bring them along to save on shipping costs. But with that, guys, please follow me on all the social medias and at TMontyIH. Go to my website, territorialtrading.com. There's plenty of ways to get a hold of me. You guys take care. Have a good one. Go drag something out of the weeds just like this and get it running.